Thank you so much. I was reminded several times the time is 12 minutes. So I try my best. Actually, this is a quite serious for all of us to talk about serious topics. I would like to remind Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, go back to the World War II. After that, we saw the fast development in the transatlantic area. And in the past 40 years, the Asia Pacific get fast development. Right now, we talk about Asia-Indo or Indo-Asian. So this is a serious topic for us. This is the third time the India Foundation organized such important and constructive conferences. The topic should be focused on the architecture for governance, whatever, general, or regional, or special. So I would like to focus on the architecture. I think this is a general acknowledgement who human being. We always face politics, security, law, environmental, economic, and culture. So if we talk about the architecture for the Indian Ocean region or for our region, I do believe we have no any intention to exclude anyone because this planet is so small. So come back to the first, we talk about politics. We are human beings. Building trust, mutual trust, is most important for us. So trust each other, this is the basis. Political trust, it's most important. So if we have checked with the past years, what we have done between our leaders, most of the energy and the time paid for mutual understanding and mutual trust each other. The second is inclusiveness. Political inclusiveness is most important. The third one is mutual respect. Whatever, the big, the small, the poor, the rich, we have the equal sovereignty under the UN Charter. So let's go back to 1950s, China, India, and Myanmar. We initiate the quite general principle for the UN system. Today, I do believe most of countries and people, we do not forget this one, but some ones, they forget that one. let's go back to learn and study UN Charter again, where we talk about political level issues in this conference. And also, we support multilateralism. How about the unilateralism? There's so many cases in the past years happened. So this is the trend we face. We talk about IOR cooperation or IOR, the future of IOR. First, we should, based on the political comments. Second, we talk about security. Yes, Indian Ocean is right now is peaceful. But in this region, I have a quite deep understanding of some speaks that there's still some war, conflicts. What happened for them? So lost their lives. There's so many refugees. They need help. So this is one issue. Another issue is piracy. We have to recap. At some scale, I do believe they are governor for the individual governments. I used to be. Recap covered 38 countries. Most countries here are the members to the recap. India, China, Korea, Japan, Myanmar, Bangladesh, and so on, Sri Lanka. How about what is the exact situation for security issue and safety issue in the region? We need some analysis, one by one. And terrorism is another issue. According to the UN escort mission, some countries send their navy ships going to the Aden and also Somali waters. Until today, the Chinese government already sent 29 escort teams, almost 12,000 persons. And we escort more than 5,000 commercial boats and vessels from China and or any other country. So this is actually the cooperation result in security and safety. And the third one might be economic. Economic is most important for us. I do believe we benefit from each other in the cooperation. Yesterday, someone have a question about the BRI. Here, I would like to say a little more about this one. Yesterday, President Xi Jinping hosted a meeting in China for the 5th anniversaries of the BRI. Right now, more than 100 countries and international organizations signed the agreement with China to cooperate in this or promoting this initiative. more than 140 countries, they already have some projects under the context of BRI. And more than 240,000 jobs created under this initiative. So this is totally economic one for connectivities. So I know India, ASEAN countries, some African countries, we all have our initiatives. So the position from China is quite clear. All these initiatives could be emerged. We support each other. And this one is open, transparent, and inclusiveness. I used to be the Chinese ambassador to Sri Lanka. It's quite clear, any Chinese project in Sri Lanka should be in the way of joint venture, not only between China and Sri Lanka, but also we welcome anyone who have the intention to join us. So this is quite clear policy. Time by time, the Chinese ambassadors, ministers, even heads of government, heads of states, we talk with our friends abroad, time by time. But there's still some questions out of the facts. And also I note with surprise yesterday, some speaks perhaps in the pre-conference did not talk the goal or the topic of the meeting. He totally spoke against China. So I would like to talk with him, and I gave him some book on history, on China, on the world, on other countries. I have 100 books on history, individual countries. So here, I would like to suggest to make this conference, this very good one, to be a constructive one, friendly one, not a confrontation one. So first, I would like to talk about the law. We have the judge from Italy here. Actually, I used to be a lawyer. There's so many law, international treaties. We just talk about the law of the sea. Except UNCLOS, there are more than 20,000 laws, treaties, conventions, agreements, arrangements, and code of conducts from IMO, from UNESCO, from UNEP, and also from regional organizations. Yes, of course, it's the Bible. UNCLOS is the Bible. But you check with the seamen, they don't know what means UNCLOS. They just know the code of conduct from the IMO. It's quite clear. So some countries did not participate, not the party to UNCLOS. But there must be, except the code of conduct or rules or regulations from IMO. Why? Because if we talk about the law, we should have some more consideration about which ones is general, which ones it's implementable. For Indian Ocean, we also have several regional agreements as I know. For example, for the fisheries, and for some bilateral agreements between India and Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. So I do believe we should check what we need. For China, I would like to say a little more about this one. If we talk about ITROS or UNCLOS, many people will refer to two issues. One is about the case between Philippines and China. But actually, this is a unilateral one, not a bilateral one. Because UNCLOS is the law of the sea. If you check the case, if you check the word, to touch the issue about the land, the territorial issue. And the second, they did not take any agreements from the government because this is actually against the UNCLOS. Fortunately, we already checked this issue. Yes, thank you. And the second issue is about freedom of navigation and freedom of overflights. I just give you one data. The Chinese GDP, right now more than 80% rely on the trade. More than 40% we should pass from South China Sea to Indian Ocean. More than 5,000 commercial transoceanic vessels every year from China or to China. I think here, many countries are the biggest trade partner with China. So Indian Ocean, it actually is the lifeline for Chinese. So we strongly support Indian Ocean countries to safeguard the peace and have a constructive arrangement, scientific, legal management for the sea line. Last one, maybe the final one, is environmental issue. Because right now, people forget about climate change. Actually, climate change might be the biggest threat to the countries, whatever bigger or small. The big threat to us. So how to deal with that? The second is about biodiversity. We lost the biodiversity in the ocean, just like the others, Pacific, Atlantic. How to deal with that? Of course, the people will put more eyes on the pollution, because pollution we can see. But the loss of biodiversity, the general people don't know. The final one is about culture. I must say, from anywhere, particularly from a culture, China is one part of Indian Ocean. China might be, in some extent, China is one country of Indian Ocean. Because if we talk southwest China, we have more than 3,000 kilometers borderline with South Asia countries. From Kunming to the farthest city, I assume the capital, Colombo, just 4 hours. But if we fly from Kunming to Beijing, we need almost 4.5. So according to the UN system, China is the East Asia country. But we talk with Kunming people, with Southwest Chinese people, they say, no, we belong to the South Asia. So let me say again, this is quite serious topic, serious issue. I thank you very much the Indian Foundation, Vietnam government, and the city of Hanoi for your cooperation to host this important and constructive conference. So thank you so much. Thank you.